Superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First item on the agenda is the invocation, and if Mr. Mathis would come forward, please, and lead us in the invocation. And afterwards, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance, so if everyone would stand and remain standing for both of those agenda items, please.
Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you so much for this beautiful day you gave us today, Lord, and we just thank you for all the many blessings that you give each and every one of us every day. God, you are so good to us. What a blessing it is to be in this community here in Fannin County. I heard someone say today that they came here a few years ago and they didn't want to leave or go anywhere else. So we're just so blessed to be here, blessed to be a part of this school system. Just thank you for letting us be a small part of that. We pray for our children and our staff, and just pray for protection for them, God. Pray for each of our board members and our superintendent, that you'll just continue to give them the wisdom and discernment that they need, God, in all the decisions that they make. We pray for those. We have several in our family, our school system, that are sick and other ailments, so we just want to lift those up to you tonight as well, God. And we thank you most of all for Jesus, our Lord and Savior, in whose name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Deputy Sirianni, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please, sir?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Next item on the agenda is to approve the consent agenda, and with that, if you would pull up the minutes, Ms. Collis, please. And of course, Board, you've had an opportunity to review these individually prior to this. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve the consent agenda.
Superintendent recommends we approve the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, we get to celebrate you all as board members. Of course, this week is officially March 8th through the 14th is officially Board Appreciation Week. And I know that you all normally like to stand behind here, but for this event, if you would go down and accept your certificate when I call your name, then I need y'all to stand there for just a minute. So with that said, Mr. Chair, we're going to save you for last this time because there's something from GSBA for you. So with that said, Mr. Patterson, will you go down and be recognized as an esteemed board member, sir? Mr. Cole? Mr. Bourne, I think you're next. And then Ms. Weeks? And then, Mr. Chair, GSBA has started recognizing service every 4 years. And I know at the end of this year will be your 24th year, but you have not received your 20-year pin from them yet. So they sent us your 20-year pin. So along with your certificate of recognition, there, Mr. Danner is going to award you with your 20-year pin from GSBA.
So you want me to go down now?
I want you to go down now. And with that said, I do believe the principals have a little something for you. I know we cut up a lot, but I really want to thank you all for all that you do. People don't see that the hours that you put in and all the support that you give everyone, so you all are appreciated. So thank you very much. So, well, we're going to get to recognize some other people. So this one, I'm telling you, there's just no telling what these teachers are going to do with our children. These particular teachers that I'm about to talk about. So if Dr. Ramsey will come forward, we're going to celebrate the 2026 SkillsUSA TeamWorks Georgia Champs with their teachers. Woo, woo! Give them
Well, good evening,
They just
Madam
keep bringing it.
Superintendent and board members. It is it's obviously an honor to be here and brag on these kids and brag on our teachers, brag on this program and what it has done for our kids, for our school, for our community. You're going to see a We Are Fannin presentation here in just a little bit, and the partnerships that we have with our community is just unreal. But it's because of the work that these young men put into it. You know, anytime you're celebrating a state champion, that's pretty big. That means they're the best in the state, right? State champion, that means they're the best in the state. So at this time, I'm going to ask our kids and our teachers to come up, please. I don't want to steal any of our teachers' thunder, because there is nothing Mr. Flowers likes more than to speak in front of people. So I don't want to take anything away from him, but I do just want to say how proud that you make our school, how proud you make our community by the way you go out and represent us. You're not only, and I feel like I say this every time, but it's the truth. You're not only great at what you do, you're fine young men, and you represent us very well out there. And I'm so proud of the work that the teachers put in. You know, obviously they're doing a good job, because we're competing at state and national levels, and I'm sure we'll be back up here talking about some other groups. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Flowers and Mr. Chastain and see what they have to say. So come on up.
So state champions is I don't know what to say about them. Getting to watch these guys at state compete for 2 days. TeamWorks is a tough competition. It's 2 days of judges watching every move they make and every tool they pick up, and they know how to use it right, or safety protocol, how clean they keep everything. These guys work together, and really it was just a sight to see. I wish everybody could have been there, or maybe we could have videoed it for them. But it was the way that they worked together was really, I think, what set them apart from everybody. Just their camaraderie, and even in pressure, they still cut up and had fun, even though we're missing one of the four. So.
And did we gain some points because they caught a mistake on the plans and
Yeah.
corrected it?
So we managed to look over the blueprints, and they happened to catch a mistake that the engineers had made on the plans. So
Just
they
the
went.
engineers.
They went and made a comment to the judge the next day. Said, "Hey, are we supposed to do it by what's on the plan, or should we do it the right way?" And they said, "Please do it the right way."
Yeah, we just want to say how proud of them we are, and we love teaching these guys, and we were extremely upset they didn't show up in hard hats and tool belts for the presentation today. You know, I think we just thought of it too late, but they're wonderful kids, and the entire SkillsUSA program under Mr. Flowers' leadership across all levels has been unbelievable. What we've been doing this now 3 years together, and multiple region championships and multiple events. State championship this year, going to nationals in June, and try to win a national championship. We got our practice plans in today, so I'm going to start getting ready for that. I'm not going to name a bunch of sponsors or anything, but it's kind of like it's already been said, the outreach from the community partners has been, we made, 3 or 4 phone calls yesterday, and people were like, "What do you need? Like, tell us what can we do to support them?" And this has been great doing this the last few years. because I feel like between me and Mr. Flowers, Mr. Dilbeck, Mr. Kuna now that's down there, that we really believe in what we're doing. It matters to us. And these kids are going to be the people that are going to build your houses. You're going to call them when your electrical things go wrong. They're going to call, you need land cleared, all the stuff that people are making a lot of money in Fannin County doing right now. They're going to be the ones that are going to be doing it. And we believe in that. And they make us really proud. We're proud of them. And they test my nerves some days. But there's got to be a place for rambunctious teenage boys, and we're just trying to point them in the right direction. They're going to be very successful in the future. So congratulations to y'all, because y'all won it. We're just the mentors, but y'all went and won it, and we're going to go win nationals, right? That's right. Thank y'all.
I want to talk a little bit about what they actually competed in, because I think this is telling about not just those three individuals and what they're able to do, but what our instructors, what our teachers have been able to do. They take, as part of TeamWorks, over a 2-day period and use every aspect of a house build. It has to be demonstrated. Now, it's not incomplete, but it's in portions. So they're going to set, framings. They've got to set from the ground up, the walls according to the specs. They're going to run electrical, a full electrical panel. They've got to have working lights at the end of this competition. They're going to take and run all the drains for a sink install. They're going to sweat copper for all the plumbing aspects of it. They're going to put on a section of rafters to show how they will set. The thing that they enjoyed the most and everything, was, setting a, bird's mouth, right? So, but they have to do this, and then they have to, wrap it in Tyvek, do the external on it, frame a window, frame a door, and then they have to set and create a brick ledge and stack, and show their masonry skills. So these 4 individuals had to demonstrate all of these skills at an expert level. Understanding that each one of them had what they were kind of good at, but then they also had to do this because one of the things that they talked about was project planning. Do you have a plan as you went forward? What has to be done prior? You guys probably know and everything, if you're building houses, once you get to a point, work will stop if something hasn't been done timely. They were timely. They understood, what that work ethic was, what the plan was, and they did a great job. So again, all of these skills didn't just happen overnight. It's happened in a series of classes and pathways that they've been participating in, but they've been led by instructors. I'll say that's second to none. Not just, in welding, metal, plumbing, electrical, framing, carpentry, all aspects of building. And so I can't be more proud of what these instructors and teachers have done, but understand it doesn't happen just in the classroom. Hours afterwards, learning skills, trying to figure out, what this was going to look like. And they didn't know the blueprint, exactly what they built. They knew all the skills until they got there. And then they was presented and they went to work. And watching them work was exciting. And they represented Fannin County well. They represented these teachers and coaches, Dr. Ramsey, and we can't be more excited about what they've done. But now we're starting to put banners in the hallways of the CTAE building, and we're excited that we're going to continue to do that. And like Coach said, we are excited to hope that we'll get nationals. They're coming to our hometown. It's back in Georgia this year in Atlanta. We're actually going to Rome for a national trial run, getting them ready, but we're excited about where they're at and what they're doing. So, but again, thanks the community, the board, for your vision about what we can do through our CTAE programs, because these young men here not only are building employability skills, they're employable now.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. So, but thank y'all.
And they fixed the plan, so get that.
Very proud of you, gentlemen. Next person I want to recognize is from East Fannin Elementary, Abishai, for placing 6th in the region. So, Mr. Price.
Didn't make it today, but I'll speak a little bit about it. So y'all met Mr. Abishai last board meeting when he won our district, and so he went on to the District 1 of Georgia, and so he placed 6th. And so we were very proud of him. There were 24 contestants there, and anywhere from, I think it went as south as maybe Dawson. They had Gilmer, Floyd, Murray, all those different counties. So he came in the final 6, and Miss Allison had texted me and said he's in the final 6, and I'm like, great. And then I text back, and so, but anyway, for a 4th grader that beat out our last year's 4th grader, so maybe either he'll get a chance to repeat or we'll have another 4th grader win it. So we're proud of him and his accomplishments. And Mr. David, I think you left out the most important thing on those other guys is they used hand tools, correct? No power tools. So I don't know, I hadn't picked up a hand tool in years. I don't know much y'all always go for the power tools, but anyway, but Abishai, we're proud of him and hope he can repeat back next year. Thank you.
Excellent. The next item was going to be to recognize the maintenance department for all that they've done, but to speak volumes about the team and the culture that we have. The leader of that group came earlier this week to ask if they could wait because one of the people that's on our maintenance team is having surgery and was not going to be with them tonight, and they didn't want to be recognized unless the whole maintenance family could be there. So we said, absolutely, we will do it next month when everybody can be here, but that speaks volumes.
And be good.
So the next thing that I want to recognize is our school district and for their ranking. And Dr. Roof, if you would come forward.
Good evening, Board. Good evening, Madam Superintendent. So this is exciting news for us when it comes to where we are with this CCRPI. In the past, several years ago, you would receive a single score. So then kind of went away, but you can still go, and the GOSA website, the Governor's Office of Student Achievement, still calculates that single score. So when you go there and you look at our single score, and you compare to where our single score is with all the other schools and the school systems in our entire Pioneer RESA, we are ranked 4th in Pioneer RESA right now. And that, of course, our goal is 1st. That's always the goal. But for us to be 4th in all of Pioneer RESA with this has to do with student achievement, has to do with student growth, closing the gaps, and it has to do with the beyond the core measures that tie in school culture, tie in all the fine arts, different things that we're doing. Again, to have that 4th place ranking, that's a big deal for us because that has not always been the case. We've had times where that's not the case. Again, the goal is 1st, but again, the 11.9 point increase since 2023. That shows you right there. And then we actually look back to 2019 and our score, and that's prior to COVID. So you can't, you throw COVID out the window. You go back to 2019, where we're at right now as an entire school system is above where we were in 2019. So we're just extremely proud, and that's all, that's the students, it's the parapros, it's the teachers, it's all the people right there in the classroom giving it everything they have for these kids every day, and that's why that's the case. Our job is to clear the runway for them, and that's what we'll keep trying to do. But we just wanted to say just how proud we are as a school system for our teachers and our kids for what we've accomplished here.
Exactly, and it's not all about a score at all, and we're going to show that in just a minute. But this is a testament, just like Terry and Ryan keep bringing it, they keep showing up every one of our people that work here, the maintenance department wanting to stand collectively and not when one of them's out. I mean, our people, y'all, they just keep showing up. They keep bringing their best every day to pour into our kids, and it's showing, and I could not be more proud of what they're doing for our kids. And to show you that it's not all about a score, but that we are Fannin, I want to invite the 5 principals forward, and they're going to show you why we are Fannin. So principals, come forward with a smile on your face.
And this is kind of the revamping of school happenings with what's taking place here.
So our principals were challenged to find just things about our culture from their schools that makes us We Are Fannin.
First me. Well, we get to be first. That's great. I've been thinking about this for a while. My opportunities to stand here are getting short, and I wanted to make sure we get this kicked off in the right manner. So I wanted to say something about Blue Ridge. No doubt we have a lot of Blue Ridge folks listening tonight. I thought about a word that would really describe Blue Ridge Elementary, and I don't see any time limit, so that's good, and I'll be done in a minute. And I thought about the word impeccable, and I know Mike will know exactly what that means. Hopefully he got to see that on some service evaluations over the years. But impeccable is not necessarily perfect, but it's striving for perfection and going above and beyond the call of duty. And I wanted to tell you, I know that there is a group of people, not only in Fannin County, all across Fannin County, but at Blue Ridge Elementary, as a whole, I can stand before you and say, the people there go above and beyond the call of duty. A lot of those people will not get the opportunity to stand right here, but I wanted you to know there's a group of people out there who go above and beyond for our school system, and I really appreciate them, and we're proud to be a part of the entire system. We Are Fannin is real, and I appreciate that. So with that said, we'll talk about this slide, and we're talking about safety and community and things. Can't talk about safety without having our SRO up there. This man, Thomas Kay, makes sure every day to challenge me with something, which is great. I want him to come to me and say, hey, we can do this better. And he does every day, and I appreciate him. He takes the safety of our school very seriously, and he is a driving force to us getting better. But you can see all the things that we have here with our kids. We have clubs every day, not every day, excuse me. We have clubs available after school. We have similar things available during school. Our PE teacher, I was just in the gym the other day, and it was hard for me to believe she's putting bows and arrows in the hands of students inside the gym. And we're not talking about watered down bows. I picked one up myself. It's a regular compound bow, and teaching these kids archery. Scientific investigation. We have running club. I've mentioned this every time we've mentioned running club. We've got the best talent scout in the county. Carrie Minear, our PE coach, does running club, and she knows who needs to move on. She sees those skills early. We have a club called Skills and Strategies, where students learn to do things that maybe we learn to do as kids in our homes, but in this day and age, they don't always learn that. So they get an opportunity to do hands-on things to learn that. We have virtual learning activities and events. I can't say enough about Tori Arp, our Teacher of the Year, and Tori is absolutely one of the best assets that we have. She works with the kids on a lot of things at a lot of different levels, and our community absolutely comes out to support us all the time. Every time we have an event, we always have a lot of participation, and I heard somebody say a minute ago they called and people wanted to help. We have that same issue. When we need something, we pick up the phone, and there's always somebody reaching out to help. And I'll say this about the faculty of Blue Ridge Elementary. Sometimes we have a lot of sickness, and we have a lot of spots to cover. There's not always substitutes to cover that. I put out a text every morning with the daily schedule and who's doing what. And if I put out there's a slot that we need to fill, within 5 minutes, I've got 5 people volunteering for one slot. What can we do? They always want to know what we can do to make that better. But we are trying to pull each other up so we can all be at the top. And I really appreciate being part of Blue Ridge Elementary and part of the Fannin County school system. Thank you.
Well, thanks again for letting us speak. Just as Mark said, I think it's important that we just really focus on building a community, and that extends outside the four walls of West Fannin Elementary. And with that, we want to do as much as we can to make sure that our families are involved and that we're making our kids aware of opportunities that exist outside of our four walls. So one of the things that we've really focused on is having different community members come and speak about careers that may relate to STEM activities. We have had several from veterinarians to banks to the credit union to, gosh, I don't know, last week it was some kind of cockroach that came and visited. We've had puppies that have came as guest readers. And I think it's just important for our kids to see that people are coming in and giving back to them, and also how they can grow in the community. One of the things that we did for Valentine's Day, because we don't want our elders in the community to be left out, so we made sure that Valentines were created for them at the nursing home, and we try to remember them around the special holidays, because sometimes we know that they get lonely and they just need something to brighten their day. And then importantly, that we encourage communication with our parents, and we do that through our family literacy nights, and then continuing with donuts with dads and mornings with moms. So we do that for each grade level monthly, so that we have the opportunities to fellowship and meet with them as well.
Thank you, Ms. Danner. And so same way, we couldn't survive without our community helping our school and highlighting things we do at our school. Our biggest community thing is our car show. We have tons of sponsors throughout the community that help us and help make that go. If you see right here, there our DNRs with our Champs kids. He's teaching gun safety, or hunter safety, I'm sorry, to our kids. We have our math and literacy nights that happen throughout the year, as well as our family fun nights each grade level has that invites our community in. We have our clubs and after school activities. That's our hiking club, so you can see how many kids are involved in that. And we've recently created a trail, which, again, you get community support and help to create those things. Our robotics club will be in a competition soon. And then our local churches, we can't leave them out. They come in all the time and feed us with snacks and other things for our students. Tomorrow we have the Waffle King coming in feeding our faculty, so his kids go to our school, and so that's a big treat. And then we also have the far right picture on the bottom is our Halloween truck or treat, and so again, it's all our community members coming together doing things for our kids. We just finished up Read Across America Week, where we had several community members. And Coach Cheatham brought his class in to read to our kids. We have the service day next week coming up on the 18th. We have kids who are writing letters to deployed veterans, and then also going to the nursing home to drop off some hygiene supplies. So we also want to give back to the community, as well as because they help us out so much. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Price. I think a common theme that you'll hear from all of us is the amount of community support that we receive, and it's amazing to watch the community just pour in and give back to our schools. I could fill up several slides with the number of different sponsors that we've had throughout the year that have given us support through whether it's donations, or this week alone, we've had 2 or 3 food trucks that have come and worked with our health classes just to show them about food safety and stuff. So it's really amazing to watch. Some other things that you'll see on my slide for our school is we celebrate Students of the Month each month. We choose students that represent a certain character trait, and our teachers vote on those students, and we really like to recognize those students and the ones who just do what they're supposed to do no matter what the rules are. They're always doing the right thing, and so it's nice to be able to recognize them. We recently were able to highlight our artists in our community and in our schools, and so you'll see a picture up there of our art teacher and one of our students who was represented at the art show. And if you never have been able to go to that, it's truly amazing to watch and go see the students and the incredible art that they produce. It's really, really impressive. I could not do any of the things that they do, and it's pretty cool to see. We, like Mr. Price said, we have churches and community sponsors that come and take care of our students and our staff throughout the year. They really like to spoil us and help us feel special, and it's really nice for them to come in and contribute to us in that way. And again, we have some safety things that we get to experience at the middle school with our health class. They learn about just all kinds of safety, medical safety, just general wellness. And then one of the pictures I have up there is of our fatal vision goggles. So they had the goggles brought into the class so they could really experience what it's like to be impaired and how that affects them. And it's important for them to learn that even in middle school. And so we have just a lot of fun. We've had some literacy STEM nights, and our book fair, we were able to recognize students who read and just showed their prowess with their reading and what they're able to do each year to accomplish the reading that the minutes that they read each and every year. So it's just a great experience to be at the middle school, and the fun things that get stuck in the middle, and we appreciate the community support that we receive. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hodges. I'm so glad we're doing this now because we truly are Fannin. And that's epitomized when you see all the principals on the field at graduation to celebrate the fact that that culminating event is taking place and they've made it. But what I love is how much our kids love to go back to the elementary schools and the middle school. Not just on graduation day or the day before graduation. That has become such an exciting thing for them to do, and something that they absolutely look forward to every year, to get to go back to their elementary school. And it's because they realize that they're graduating because of what started in elementary school and what carried on through the middle school and got them to the high school. And they love to go back, but all through their high school career, they love to go back and they love to give back and work with those students. Well, there you go. Okay, I'm off script now, so here we go. About 15 minutes.
Reel it in.
But they love to go back, and whether it's going back to help serve the Thanksgiving meal, whether it's going back to read to kids, whether it's doing something at the high school like a spooky science night where we want the elementary and middle school kids to come and our high school kids to work with them. There's just so much excitement about going back and working with elementary kids and middle school kids. And that's something that I just absolutely love about our kids. And it makes me so proud because it shows you we truly are Fannin. It's not just something we say. It's not just a slogan. We truly are Fannin from day one on out. And that's something I always try to make a point of at graduation. This is always going to be your home. You're always welcome to come back here because you came through here and you accomplished this. But you can see different pictures up there. Our Blue Crew student section, they've gotten very creative. They did their ESPN sports guy. I mean, they're a lot of fun. And just, the support that they give our athletes when they're performing. Our homecoming parade, another thing that I appreciate so much is how our elementary and middle school, our rec league takes part in it. I mean, I was, the day after the homecoming parade, I was in the gym the next morning, and I had two parents come up to me and say, that is exactly why we moved to Fannin. That's exactly what we want our kids to be a part of, that kind of thing. So, just this, I'm so glad that we're doing this because we do get the opportunity now to show you that it's not just about bragging about our kids and bragging about our school. We can do that all day, but it's showing you that we truly are Fannin from the time they get in on out. And that makes me very proud, and I'm very excited about that and proud of all that goes into that. Thank you.
Excellent.
Amen.
So I'd like to give each of you a collective hand for all that you do in leading your people to do that. So thank y'all for everything. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is public comment. Mr. Danner, do we have any public comment, sir?
Yes, ma'am, we have two. The first one's Mr. Timothy Doherty. He wants to speak on additional social worker or LCSW, high school counselor, and JROTC.
Before you start, sir, I'd like to make a quick comment to our board. We will not respond to any of our speakers. They have 5 minutes to speak, and then that's it. Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Bearden, I hope at some point there will be a response, maybe at the next meeting, rather than a non-response at all. So, Ms. Collis, thank you for making sure the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is taking place with all our pre-K kids and their siblings. That certainly will help early literacy. I just wanted to thank you with that.
Not me, it's a community.
I understand. But when I asked you about it, you took action. We are Fannin, we are family. So thank you for doing that. My name is Tim Doherty. I am a Fannin County resident, and I want to congratulate you, Ms. Dillard, and the board on the outstanding improvement on our CCRPI score. That is wonderful and outstanding. The other items I wanted to talk to you about was hiring an extra counselor and an extra social worker. We know that more than 50% of our students are food insecure, so their need for counseling is greater. I've spoken or I've listened to parents and employees say that the need for an additional high school counselor is there. When you think about our graduation rate, if we want that to continue to rise, there's no doubt that an additional counselor pointing students in the right career path would help that. Also, with our social services, we, or the school system, brings in therapists outside from the school system. The social worker has to schedule those therapy appointments. She spends an entire day and a half scheduling those therapy appointments. It's great that those therapy appointments take place, but that shows that there's a need for more counselors and social workers within the school system. So I hope you would consider hiring an additional counselor and an additional social worker. The next one is JROTC. I worked formerly at a high school, and we've applied twice for a JROTC program here, and we were accepted to have that JROTC program, and there was student interest for that ROTC program, but we did not fund that program. I hope that the JROTC will be put back on the student survey, and that if there is student interest, that we actually fund for that. If you fund for it initially, then the federal government can pick that up later. It's about $150,000 for the instructors, and there is a way to get free uniforms. That is your second highest expense, and I would be glad to help the school system get free uniforms. When I was an administrator in a high school, we had 100 students in the first year, 150 in the second, 215 in the third, 330 in the fourth, and 226, or in the fifth year, 2026, there were 420 students participating in the program. So once students see that program there, they grab onto it. It teaches them integrity, discipline, and leadership. And it gives them an opportunity to join the service if they want. So that JROTC, I think, would be a great addition if the student interest is still there. Another item I want to talk about briefly is Senate Bill 150, which has a high potential for passing. That will allow teachers to retire at 25 years. So we, as demonstrated, our teachers are working extremely hard to create the best schools. We need to treat them like they are the best teachers. We need them to give them a raise to make sure that they stay here. When that retirement opportunity comes, which again, it has high potential for passing this year, that means teachers can retire at 25 years, not 30. That's probably a significant amount of our teachers, and then every school system is going to be vying for those teachers. So when they get a raise, if you don't include a cost of living adjustment, which is 2.8% this year in that raise, it's a non-raise. It really isn't a raise. Next year's COLA is projected to be 2.8. So when you're going through the budget this year, please consider giving our teachers, the people that are doing the best that they can do, a 2.8% raise on top of whatever else you considered. And the final one is a background check. Every single school employee has to have a background check, but school board member candidates and school board members do not. I think that needs to be changed. If we require employees to have a background check, people that are on the board or running for the board should also have a background check. So in closing, asking you to consider hiring another social worker and another high school counselor. Consider a JROTC program. When you do the teacher salary, to include the COLA of 2.8% and a background check for school board member candidates and school board members. because that's what we require of our teachers.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Danner?
Ms. Dillard, our next public comment is Ms. Christy Holloway, wants to speak on lack of communication with school.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Hi.
So, Ms. Holloway.
I'm a resident of Fannin County. I have 2 children in Fannin County schools. I chose Fannin County schools based solely off of bad things I'd heard about Union County schools when I moved back to this area to be closer to my aging parents. I have most always been happy with everything about Fannin County schools, up until the last 24 hours, pretty much. And I'm you have to look over. I've had very little sleep, and I'm extremely emotional and upset. There was a student who wrote some things on a school Chromebook that was very disturbing. And my issue with the school is the high school. The fact that it's been 4 days since "Kill All Niggers" was written on a school Chromebook. I have children of color. It was sent to a child of color. No parent was ever notified whatsoever. I understand that there has to be an investigation, and the student who wrote it's not been at school. But that is beside the point. And regardless of, I don't know the child that wrote it very well. I don't know if he's truly a threat. But I firmly believe that had my child, who is of color, written that about white people, that this would have been handled totally different, and he would have been arrested before dark. And I'm sure that things are being handled with this child. But my problem is, I have a child of color. What if this was a true threat and no one bothered to send even an email to say, don't know, this is unfounded at this time, it's being investigated, but just be aware, so that I could make a choice whether I felt like my child needs to go to school. Because when I leave for work every day and my children leave for school, I'm entrusted in this school to take care of my kids. And if there's a problem, I expect to be notified immediately. And although my child wasn't named in that, he is a child of color, and there's very few children of color in the school, as we're all aware. And I just feel like there needs to be more transparency. I know that names can't be given and all of those things, but something could have been sent that said, this happened, just so you're aware, just a heads up. That's all, that's all I expected, and it never came. And it's been 4 days since it's been found, 4 days, and no one's bothered to say anything about anything. I know a parent came to the school today to address this and was dismissed pretty abruptly with, we have 900 students, we cannot contact every parent every time there's an incident. Then you need to hire somebody to contact parents if you don't have time. There wasn't that many, as far as I know, there was only a couple of people named in this thing that was written. That parent, one of the parent was not contacted either. And I just cannot comprehend why not. So I guess I'm just here to ask that maybe going forward, there's a little more transparency. That's the only complaint I've ever had from any parent in Fannin County, is that the school never tells you anything. You don't know what's going on until it's way past happened. And if I can't entrust that my kids are going to be safe, or I'm going to at least be notified if there is a threat, then maybe I'm in the wrong school district, and I really hate for that to be the case. So thank you for your time, and that's all I have.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Holloway, thank you. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve the lease agreement between Fannin County Board of Education and Blue Ridge Community Theater.
Board, I think you've received this lease agreement. This is for the old maintenance building property that adjoins the Arts Association, the Art Theater up there off of East First Street. And again, you know, we've been in conversations with the Blue Ridge Community Theater for quite some time. But again, this is the lease that has come back and forth. And again, it's the lease is for how many years, Ms. Dillard? I don't recall.
For the lease for the
Blue Ridge Theater.
It is for the amount of time that the city will allow, which is different from the county. So Ms. Lynn, will you explain that part?
Sir, it's up there at number 2. It's a 5-year, 25-year lease, but it's in 5-year increments, and they're at 5-year increments, with each side having the opportunity to depart from the lease if need be at 180 days notice, which is consistent with all of the leases that the Board of Education has with any of its community partners.
But the reason that the term's different is inside the city limits. Is that correct, Ms. Lynn? Then that's the only part that's really different from any other lease that we have.
And again, they're number 3. They should pay a rent in the sum of $1 per year for that lease. And again, but you know, 180-day notice, either they can break the lease or we can break the lease. And again, it becomes their responsibility to maintain. So there'll be no cost to the school district while this lease is in place.
Right, and it would be their responsibility, like you said, to maintain or take care of anything on the property. And if any structure was put on the property and wasn't removed within 30 days of that lease being broken, then that property, of course, diverts to the Fannin County school system. So, and that kind of agreement. So it's a standard as what we've had with other people. Did we miss anything, Ms. Doss?
No, the only other thing is, and it says in the body of the lease, it's in keeping with the tradition of this board, your community partners, we have wonderful community partners, but the Blue Ridge Community Theater does a lot with students. It has an entire organization called Sunny D that is designed to teach not just the skills that you use to perform, but what goes on behind stage, you know, how to do lighting, how to do sound, and more importantly, how to be a good citizen and show community teamwork. And they're an amazing asset to our community.
All right, with that, Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Okay, Superintendent recommends that we approve the lease between the Fannin County Board of Education and the Blue Ridge City Theater, Community Theater, sorry. Have a motion for that?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, sir. Any comments?
I think this is a good extension of our school system. I think keep doing what if you folks from the theater are here, keep doing what you do.
We
Any more?
appreciate the partnership.
All in favor? Raised hand. Unanimous.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda is to approve supplemental pay in relation to the FY 2026 amended budget by the governor.
Good evening, Madam Superintendent, Board. And I'm going to turn this over to Mr.
Good evening, Board, Madam Superintendent. Excited to present this to y'all for y'all's approval. As you may be aware, the 26 budget by Governor Kemp was passed, which included a $2,000 supplement for a lot of Georgia employees, but including teachers and school systems. And for our school system, they approved $571,773 in funding for our district for a $2,000 salary supplement to support retention of educators and support staff. This amount was determined based upon QBE, which is our Quality Basic Education and State Funding Formula. So one of the reasons why we're coming to do this, when they do that, not all positions in our school system are funded through QBE. So The $571,773 is great, and we appreciate that, but that would not fund all of our employees. So what we're asking the board today is, one, to approve to pay the $2,000 salary supplement to all benefit eligible personnel who are current employees of the Fannin County School System as of the payment date. Also, any previously retired employees that are 49% employees, they would get 49% of that supplement. Substitutes and contractors are not eligible for the salary supplement. And that payment, if approved tonight, would be before March 31st. So Ms. Wynn has done a great job of having the information and getting this spearheaded so that we could turn it around quickly if y'all approve. We will be using some general funds because, again, not all of our employees are included in that amount that we are getting from the state. So approximately we would need an additional $387,304 to pay all of our employees the $2,000 supplement, not just the QBE employees.
So what I'm hearing you say is that we are asking the board to approve the distribution of the funds allocated by the governor in his amended budget for all the QBE funded positions, the $2,000 supplement. And in addition to that, knowing the board's heart, in which y'all have got great heart for your employees, you wouldn't want anyone left out. So we're asking them to supplement that total amount so that we are Fannin and
Yes, ma'am.
all people who are benefits eligible who work with us would get the $2,000 supplement.
Correct.
So with that said, Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
I'll be happy to do that. Anyhow, Superintendent recommends that we approve this budget for our staff, our teachers, and everybody in the school system. Do I have a motion to that effect?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that. Now I'm gonna open it up for discussion. Let me say this. We are Fannin, and because we are Fannin, we do everybody right. And I wouldn't start to give half of our employees money without giving the others. You kill the morale in a hurry by doing that. And our employees are worth, in my opinion, that extra $2,000. They go beyond, just like it's been said here today, they go beyond what they're supposed to do. And I appreciate that. Anybody else got a comment?
I'll say, I'll second that, what you said, and I'll just be honest with you, I would love to give them a lot more. But I know we gotta use common sense in our budget and stuff, but they're worth, that you can't put a price on it.
Right.
And, that'll help me keep it short at the end. I appreciate everything that everybody does, and to me, you're worth so much more, and I appreciate you guys, but I'm definitely in favor of that.
Right.
I just need clarification on, I know the part where Governor Kemp puts that in, it says substitutes and contractors are not eligible for this salary supplement. That continues on in that bottom portion where we're the 387, 304?
Correct, they would not be eligible.
Anyone else? All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is to approve board policy IFBG, Internet Acceptable Use, and this policy has been tabled since February 12th, 2026. Dr. Roof?
Absolutely. Good evening again. And as Ms. Dillard said, this policy has been tabled for the proper amount of time. During that time that this policy was tabled, we did not receive any feedback through Assembly or through email. And this policy here, this will get us up to date with new updates through the law. This has been approved through GSBA and through our school system attorneys. So with that said, Ms. Dillard.
You're done? Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Can the chair have a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Have a second? Thank you, sir.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Next item is to approve board policy IBB, charter schools, and it was also tabled since February 12th. Dr. Roof?
Absolutely. Same situation here with this policy. This has to do with charter schools and the rules that go through starting a charter school. And so this, again, will allow us to be up to date with the law. And this policy has also been approved through GSBA, vetted through GSBA, and vetted through our school system attorneys. Vetted's a better word to use there. You all do the approval. So with that said, Ms. Dillard?
Then, all right, Dr. Roof, that was quick. I'd like to make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Superintendent wants a motion to approve the policy IBB. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. Any comments? All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Thank you, Dr. Roof.
Thank you. We will update these on Assembly and have them live by tomorrow morning.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is to approve purchase of Chromebooks. Mr. Mathis?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, Board and Ms. Dillard. This is a request to purchase 233 Chromebooks for our 10th grade, next year's 10th grade students at Fannin County High School. They have had them for a little over 4 years, and so they take them home every day. So it is time to replace them. The quote is from SHI, as you saw, for the amount of $69,226.63, and it will be funded by SPLOST. And I did acquire 3 quotes, and this was the cheapest of the 3 quotes that I acquired. And they said it was only going to increase from here, as you know what's going on kind of in the world. So that is my request, madam.
And Mr. Mathis, to clarify, this is part of your normal cycle through?
Yes, ma'am. This was in my budget, and it's a part of our replacement cycle for them.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Okay. Chair needs a recommendation to purchase Chromebooks, please.
I'll make that recommendation.
Okay. I'll second that. Any discussion?
I think this is earlier today in our work session, we spoke briefly about our use of SPLOST dollars, and this is another great example of what SPLOST does for our system.
Yes, sir. 100%. We would not, in technology, we would be nowhere where we're at now without SPLOST. That is correct.
Great example of that, so just make that comment.
Thank you. Any other comment? All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous?
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is, speaking of SPLOST, construction and facilities update. Mr. Danner?
Thank you, Ms. Dillard. First off, I know maintenance department couldn't be here today, but we did get a good report from Sir John. So again, please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And when Mike asked me that Tuesday if we could postpone that, I said I'll have to check with Ms. Dillard. Ms. Dillard never blinked an eye. So again, it's a great group of guys we got down there. 1,438 work orders completed since July the 1st by the maintenance department. I don't have pictures of the show barn on here, but the show barn is almost finished. The power's been connected, water's been connected. We're waiting to final hookups of those 2 things, and the downspouts and of course the paving. So again, show barn, I'll have some pictures up here for next go around. Go ahead, Ms. Collis. Several pictures there from last week at the construction site as she's going through the press box. The window's been installed, roof's been completed, permanent power's been connected. The Hinton facility, the windows have been installed, permanent power's been connected. Baseball field has gravel on it. They supposed to start turfing on March the 20th, Ramsey. March the 20th. Softball field, as they're putting the turf on the softball field, it's scheduled to get base gravel and then turf right after that. The Athletic Performance Center, the window installation has begun. The EFS has begun on the front of the building. That's above the brick there. The final data and audio enhancement wiring is almost complete. The tennis pavilion, the slabs have been poured. Every time they plan on start putting masonry up, of course, it starts raining. The soil cement, the soil cement was done instead of the gravel on the roads. So again, that is scheduled to begin paving of the whole campus on March the 16th. So again, that'll be the base coat that'll be put on to get rid of all that mud there. It goes all the way down to the tennis courts. And then currently, Tanner sent this to me today. There's been over 260,000 bricks laid on the complex, and again, they're still not completed just yet. So, so again, a lot of things will be changed. There'll be a lot of different pictures next month if the paving gets completed and that turf starts going down. And but things will move right along.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Danner. Next item on the agenda is to approve purchase of pens at the show barn.
The pens are, of course, that's what goes in the show barn, and we want to thank the people who have, go ahead and do the memo, Ms. Collis. We want to thank the people who have took advantage of the Peach Education Tax Credit. So again, we have money in there when we put that out on the Peach, the form to fill out on what we're going to use funds for. Again, this is what that money was assigned to do. So the pens are $73,945. Those are custom built, prefabricated. The gentleman who come on site measured out, had Rhonda there, had to see them there. They laid out the whole pen section. I'm not a cattle person by any means, but again, I mean, I about was floored until I go over there and just look at the markings on the ground, and Rhonda's explaining everything to me, and I was going, my God, I mean, those they are taken well care of. But again, this will these have not been built yet. But again, if approved tonight, he'll be notified either tonight or first thing in the morning, so he can start that. And again, it's pre-designed per our building, not pre-designed. It's specially designed for our building and the way that meets the standards whenever it comes to the show barns and the show pens, that sort of thing.
Okay. And a shout out to you said the Peach Tax Credit, and I'm going to say, Ms. Wynn, I believe that ETC has been instrumental in donating. They've done $90,000, I believe, twice now. Is that correct, for tax deferment? So a big shout out to, they've been a great
Amen.
partner with us throughout everything. So with that said, Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Superintendent recommends we purchase the pens for the show barn. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any comments? I'm just waiting to see it. I'm just waiting to see it. I know it's going to be fantastic, so I'm just waiting to see it.
Yeah, I just want the cows in it, yeah.
If no comments, all in favor by raised hands? And unanimous, not 100% unanimous.
Next item is to approve the intergovernmental agreement and summer mill contract with Fannin County government.
Good
Ms.
evening,
Martha?
Board. Good evening, Board, and to Madam Superintendent. It's an honor to be here with y'all this evening to talk about more community partnerships. So the agreement before you is an intergovernmental agreement between the Board of Education and the Fannin County Board of Commissioners. And it is an agreement for us as Nutrition Department to furnish people and food to feed our students during the recreation program this summer. And it also includes a lease in with our buses and us providing drivers. And of course, those costs are all covered by the governmental agreement, with the commissioners being in charge of those costs that are incurred, and we are reimbursed. The second part of this agreement is the attachment, which is actually the application through DECAL, and that is something that has to be applied for each year, and that is strictly upon the Recreation Department to do that. That is not ours, but it is part of the agreement so that all entities are involved in how we both apply to run the program, how we staff it, and how we feed the children and move them from place to place.
Thank you, ma'am. And then I know that we've consulted with Mr. Jordan from Transportation, and he's in agreement with this intergovernmental agreement. So, Mr. Chair, make a recommendation to approve as presented.
The chair have a motion to that effect?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, I'll second it. Any comments or anything? I think it's great myself. I think it's really fantastic. Especially, our children get food while they're at school. In the summertime, I know some of them don't. But for those who go and do those activities at the Recreation Department, they get fed, and I think that's good.
Mr. Bearden, to your point, it is open, and all of our children are eligible to go and eat in our whole county. So it's not just the children of Fannin County Rec Department program who can go and partake in that, both breakfast and lunch.
Well, that makes it even better.
Yes, sir, it does.
Yep. Any more comments? All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is to approve district financial report. Interim Director of Finance, Chris Drury.
Good evening again. We're have our January report, so we're about 58% done with the fiscal year. As far as our general fund, we've collected about 70%, and we've used just over 41% of those funds. Next, we have our capital projects, and we've collected about 50% of those funds, and we spent 75%, of course, with all the construction going on. We're kind of, it depends on what bills we're getting from the construction companies that month. So that's why that is like those percentages. And then we have our special revenues. We're about 37% collected and about 46% spent. And then we have our nutrition, and they're at 62% and collected and about 54%. So right on target for where we're at in the fiscal year.
Excellent. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
Chair have a motion to approve district financial report.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Any comments? Not all in favor by raised hands? Unanimous.
Thank you. Next item is the SPLOST update. Mr. Drury?
Yes, ma'am. So on our SPLOST, if you look at towards the right-hand side up at the top, you'll see the January SPLOST, which was a little over 790,000, which is a smaller number than we're used to, but it's January. But the good news is it was 1.1% above last January. So we actually had an increase year over year. So that was good. And if you look, which I know in the work session y'all saw some of these numbers, we've got about just a little over 41 million to collect on SPLOST 6. And we're averaging right now at 13-month average of just over 900,000. So we're still over 900,000 as far as our average per month. And if you look there at the very bottom, we would hope to complete this SPLOST 6 by October 29th, or October of 2029.
Thank you, sir.
Next item on the agenda. Go
Well,
ahead.
before I leave, Ms. Wynn, this will be her last board meeting officially, so I just want to tell her publicly thank you. She's been such a great help to me and showing me everything, and she has done a wonderful job of training our people and the school bookkeepers and our staff here at the district and making sure that our school district is in a really good place, and hopefully I can continue that.
Ms. Wynn has made, in her tenure here, has brought us leaps and bounds in the finance department and modernization and trying to make it easier for our people. And that is commendable. And these last couple of months with Mr. Drury, as I watch y'all work together, your actions are commendable. You have worked tirelessly to make sure that he is successful. And that is very appreciated. And you're going to be dearly missed.
Thank you. And I'm going to sit down before I get emotional.
they have been amazing together. So. Next item on the agenda is to approve leadership fan and bus request to the Georgia State Capitol. Mr. Jordan?
I'm 2 for 2 now. 2 months in, 2 board meetings. First of all, I wanted to say we've got a new addition. One of my bus drivers just had a new great-grandchild today.
Sweet.
By a little bit of an emergency section, but every parent, the mother and child are both doing well. Just want to throw that out there. I'm here to ask for we have a request here from Leadership Fannin for a school bus to take Leadership Fannin to the state capitol on March 19th.
So, and who will pay for it?
Leadership Fannin is responsible for the cost of the fuel and the driver.
Perfect. With that said, Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation to approve as presented.
All righty. Can Chair have a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mike.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Adam. Oh, let me say this. No. Any discussion?
Take the shiniest bus we have.
It will be. And the shiniest driver.
And the shiniest driver. That's right.
It won't be me.
No, I just want to say, I really appreciate Leadership Fannin. It really helps with us, with, I think, the community. And I really like having Leadership Fannin. All righty. All in favor by raised hands? Unanimous. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is personnel, and if you all will just turn to your personnel sheets, please. And if no one objects, I will take the resignations collectively. And most of these are due to retirement. So, and that would be Jill Abercrombie, and these are all effective 5/27/2026. Jill Abercrombie, Caitlin Ballou, Deborah Bennett, Kristen Franklin, Ann Gibbs, Dana Harper, Catherine Mancuso, Catherine O'Brien, Lisa Pack, Perry Reuter. The next one is effective 5/29/2026, and that would be Darlene Pittman and Mark Young. The next one will be effective 6/30/2026, and that's Heather Young. Mr. Chair, I make a recommendation of those resignations.
Chair, have a motion to that effect?
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion.
Thank you, sir. Have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor by raised hands? Unanimous.
Thank you, and I'd like to take these others collectively if there's not an objection.
We may have to split them up. We got, looks like Carson Collis on here. We might have to run him through another screen process.
I know, I was a little nervous about that
I gotta
one.
give him a hard time, sorry.
So these recommendations are pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements, all effective school year 2026-2027. And that would be all for professional staff: Carson Collis, James Fields, Melissa Holt, Jared Julian, Brenna Knight, Mackenzie Moreland, Tara Nichols, Holly Smithfoot, and Hannah White. Mr. Chair, I make those recommendations.
Thank you very much. I'd like to make that recommendation. We have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor by raised hands? Unanimous.
The next item is for informational purposes only, and it's to announce a transfer. You all have already approved Lisa Taylor as an administrator under contract, but Lisa Taylor will be transferring to the position of principal at Blue Ridge Elementary for the school year 2026-2027. The next recommendation is for substitute employees pending completion of paperwork, background check, and training requirements. And that is for a school nutrition substitute effective 3/16/2026, and that's for Emily Cheatham. Mr. Chair, I make that recommendation.
Can I have a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chair.
I'll second it. All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous.
Excellent. Outside of saying that we are blessed by the good Lord every day, and I'm so thankful for our people, and There's one person I'd like to recognize tonight on behalf of the Fannin County School System and the board, and that's for all that she does to raise us and take care of us every day. And Mr. Bearden, if we could ask Miss Stephanie Newman to come down here, because she does take care of us and takes care of all the legal minutes of everything.
Speech.
She's like, okay.
There's not anybody that likes to give her a hard time. Or that she likes to give back a hard
Oh,
time.
I can imagine.
This too. So, thank you for all that you do.
We gonna
She
get a
really
picture?
does raise us.
Everybody up?
And if I drop dead, she can take over. So, y'all, I gotta go.
See that? Yeah. Push it off. Push it off on. That would be bad.
All right, Robert, don't make a face behind me.
No bunny ears.
Be a good picture for the paper, though.
Board, and when I say I love my people, that includes y'all, and Board Appreciation Week or not, you are appreciated and loved. With that said, I'm hussing, Mr. Chair. It's all you.
You're kidding.
Huh?
You wanna go first, Miss Ashley?
Oh, yeah, I'll go first.
All right.
As always, I just want to say thank you to every employee in the Fannin County School System. Y'all take care of our kids every day. You love on them, you educate them, and you protect them. So I always want to say thank you. Y'all know me. Y'all went raw for rib with a treat, so that's always good. And I opened my envelope already, so thank you for the jacket as well. But most importantly, just thank you for your leadership in your school systems, because your job is hard, and your entire school system or your entire school is looking to you guys as principals for leadership every day. So I want to say thank you to you guys for that. And then congratulations to our SkillsUSA group. I think it's amazing that our kids can be, like they said already, employable right now, and then obviously employable when they graduate. And then, you know, judging on those work areas, making great money. I think I say that every time we go into this. It's something to be said when an 18-year-old can graduate high school and make more money than probably their parents made and their grandparents made right out of high school. That's a huge deal. Congratulations to Abishai for the spelling bee. You heard my spelling bee victory story last go around, so I won't go down that road. But I mentioned this online as well, but I just want to say congratulations to our staff at that CCRPI score, because they already said, Dr. Roof said, our goal is what? Number one. Okay. But if you ever set goals, you realize goals don't come overnight. Any goal that's worth getting, it takes time. Okay. And so the same shout out I give to our employees every month, our employees are busting it day by day in every single way. And that's how you get to number one. Amen. So I appreciate everything that they do, because it does take a collective effort, and it does take time to get there. And we are clearly making progress, because an overall goal is you are better than you were yesterday. And I think in the Fannin County School System, we have proven that very well. So I appreciate it.
It's hard to go behind that. I look forward, every meeting, I look forward to seeing what our school has accomplished and what our teachers have accomplished. And the recognition that you all provided to the board is nice, but really, without you, we wouldn't be Fannin. So you all are what really makes this program run. We have such a wonderful community. We got, if you think about our community partners, some of them have been mentioned here today, but you think about the community partners and what they invest in the schools. They do that because they see the work that our schools are doing. They see that our system is building community around that school. So, you know, every community is really built around that school system, and we're all doing a great job. You guys are just, I mean, doing a fantastic job. supporting our community, turning out great kids. Every meeting, when we go through these meetings, I write down notes, and I never get a chance to hit on all my notes just because it's going to take too long and y'all are going to think I'm rambling. But, you know, the SkillsUSA folks, that's fantastic. These guys come out of high school ready to work. And it's just, it's a setting, number one, they're leading by example. They're leading with character, and that speaks a lot for what you represent and for what Fannin County does. So thank you for that. The CCRPI scored, fantastic job there. Mark, I like your word impeccable. I think our school system's impeccable. I like that. I'll use that again. So, you know, the things we do, again, I write everything down. The donuts with dads, and I think we have a muffins with mom. Am I right? Who has that? Am I right on that? Is that right? You know, I think I talked to my son earlier, and his wife was at the muffins with mom one day this week. So it's great. All the things you guys do is great. So I appreciate our governor for supporting our teachers, and I appreciate this board for further supporting our system. So with that, I'll pass the torch now.
Thank you, sir. Just want to say thanks to the board. You know, working with you arm in arm through the past, well, Bobby for a long time, y'all for the last 2 years. It's to see the heart of people for the kids. Just I'm glad to be a part of it, and thank you for all the work that you do. I always try to mention SRO Tony, because he's always here. He's always here. He doesn't miss a board meeting. He's always here. But if you ever watch him at school, he's a kid fan, and they really love him. He is really attached to him. I think the SROs, I think for every school, they are doing a great job. Principals, awesome first go at this new style. I thank you for what you're doing. I like being a part of that. What I'm excited about most this go around is CTAE and those skills. I like to go watch those competitions. Deb and I have been several times, and it's amazing to watch those kids do the work with judges walking around, everybody else walking around, people taking pictures. They're under the gun to do their job, and to watch them excel. And I can't say enough about them. And to kind of go along with that, there was some words used, community partnership. Do you know how great the community partnership is in this school system? I mean, it is tremendous. And to lead on into that is the giving of the community. Because, you know, Deb and I are givers, but we're not the only givers. I'm sitting by givers. I see givers all the time. But there's always that one person that says, I wish the school system didn't ask for all that. Do you know what? They really don't have to ask. You can mention the need, and somebody says, hey, I'll do that. I'll do that. As a matter of fact, in the CTAE building, I've had a teacher tell me to stop bringing. We got too much, you know? And so I'm saying it is amazing, the community support, the morale to help the school system. And I couldn't be any happier to be a part of that. God bless y'all. Have a good evening. Robert?
All right, I'm taking my time this time.
Go, Robert. Go, Robert.
You got 1 minute, Robert.
Hey, Mr. Danner, start the timer.
Go ahead, Robert.
It's all jumbled up. I don't really care, but I'll try to get it all out. We always say, you know, we appreciate all of our employees, but I don't see it that way, and I'm sure nobody else does either. It's really a family. It really is. And I see that the more that I'm in here, that's the way I like to run my business. And that's where it's important to to mention is that, you know, we want to do all we can do because you guys are family to us. You don't just work for the school system. It's a big family, and man, that's a great thing about our community, man, and I really love that. So I consider you all family and partners, and appreciate all of you. And we always say it, but we really do appreciate you guys. You're the ones that get the job done. We got the easy job. We just try to support. And you guys are the workhorses, and we appreciate you guys and all that you can see it. You know, you won't do good at something if your heart is not in it. I mean, that's just all there is to it. I can tell you, I can see where a man's heart is because I see where they spend the most time, or I can see where somebody's heart's at because that's what they put the most into. And this is what you guys put the most into, and that's what I want to put the most into. And that shows where your heart's at, and I appreciate that. Also, I will be the one to address the elephant in the room on public comment. I will say that I'm sorry that was said, and I want you to know that we take safety and transparency very serious. That was one of the big things that I come into this school board about, was transparency in the school board. I wanted to be, I'm not saying anybody else isn't, but I want to be transparent. I want people to know what's going on because this is our school. This is our kids. This is their safety. And so if there's an opportunity to improve there, I promise you there will be an improvement made there. And that's my commitment to our community. And that's why it's important for people to come in and make their voices heard. It's not always a complaint. It's not always a bad thing. It's sometimes things get overlooked, and if somebody doesn't say anything, then it gets overlooked. So thank you for that. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Also, thank you, Miss Wynn, for all that you do. I know this is your last meeting. You're awesome. I always say, like, you smile when you're doing this, and you can see where your heart's at. You loved it, and I can see that, and I thank you for all you've done. The next thing I want to say, SPLOST. The more I'm in this position, the more I see, I don't know how to say this, so I'll just say it like an old country boy would say it. The more junk the state pushes down on us, the more money we got to spend. So where we would like to spend money, we don't always get to because we got to abide by those things. So what I would like to do is they make it hard to do. And that's why SPLOST is so dang important, okay? We cannot build what we're building. We cannot build new schools for our kids and keep things up without SPLOST. It's just not going to be possible. I see it in our budget. We just sat and talked about budget stuff. It was an open meeting, and I had questions, and I find out that we can't do what I want to see us do because our hands are tied with having to always meet what the state says we have to do. Now, we want to give everybody the best of everything, but we got to abide by those things. And so in order for us to move forward and keep doing what we're doing, SPLOST, man, and tell everybody we got to have it. Because I know y'all want to see new schools. I want to see new schools. I want to see these things progressing, so we got to have it. Thank you to our principals. It's easy to see, you know, where your heart's at just by listening to you guys talk about your schools and your kids. Congratulations to our SkillsUSA guys. One thing I want to say, I wish I would have said when they were here, is I see all those guys outside of that and their integrity, man. You can see what they love because they're good at it. It just keeps going back to that. But what I like about them is they're full of integrity, man, and they're the same outside of school as they are in school. The men that lead them as well as the young men. One of them comes and works for me every day. He gives me 100% every single day. When he gets out of school, he can't wait to call me. He's ready to learn something new. He's ready to get to the job and get to work. He's just, you don't see good work ethic like that anymore. So when they've got it, I want to feed it. And that's what we're trying to do with our CTAE. And that's why we're so excited about it. it's gonna improve that even more. Thank you to our SROs. They're so awesome because they love the kids. That's why, I mean, the kids can tell they love them, man. They're there for their safety, but they're there to show them love too, and they always do that. So thank you guys. And thank you, Stephanie. I want to expose her, or it might be me a little bit. What people may not know is she calls, and I don't know if she does this for y'all. I'm assuming she does.
Yes. You're the only one.
She calls me.
He's the only one.
I'm kind of a wild card, so I didn't know if like she's just calling me to say we got a board meeting today, or if she's calling everybody. But she calls me every board meeting day. I say that giving you a hard time, but thank you for everything you do, Stephanie. That's well deserved. And then thanks for the gifts. It's hey man, I'm replaceable, but you guys are not replaceable. But I do appreciate the gift, the appreciation week or whatever. But honestly, I'm replaceable. You guys are not. You are awesome. I hope you have a great night, and we love everybody.
That's a good 1 minute, Rob.
What's that?
Good 1 minute, yeah.
I told you I was taking my time this time.
That's all right.
Well, and Mr. Chair, if you could indulge me, I want to thank y'all. I know that y'all had already voted on Lisa for an admin, but I just wanted to say that collectively I appreciate the support that you have given for her in this transfer. And if you would lift her up in prayer because she's about to make a hard transition. But, you know, the good Lord goes before us. So there you go. So I thank you for that. And I'm very proud that she will step up. And we're going to miss Mark, but you've helped raise her well. So thank you, sir.
Now I'll make my comments. I got an hour's worth, but I'm going to cut it down to about 2 minutes. Ditto to everything that David said. Anyhow, SkillsUSA. To me, it boils down to two things. You got great teachers, and you got great students. That's what makes SkillsUSA. Congratulations to my board members here for Board Member Week, and you deserve it. Supplement pay, great on that. Ms. Gwen, thank you for all that you've done, and I hope that Mr. Drury.
Me too. You didn't even hear what he was going to say, Mr. Drury.
You know where he's going.
Yeah. See, he's a smart man. He's a smart man. He knows what I was going to say. But I've got confidence in him. I've got confidence in him. I don't think he'd have took the job if he didn't think he could do it. But Ms. Gwen, thank you for all that you've done for our system, and I hope you have a good retirement, and I hope you enjoy it. Anyhow, Mr. Young, thank you for all that you've done for our system, and I wish you the best when you retire and do whatever you want to do. And thank all of our other principals for being here, and thank every one of you for being here, and all of you who are watching by way of whatever. And that lot of thing, I guess, I don't know. I ain't technology savvy, so anyhow. But anyhow, it's been a great meeting to me, and let me tell you, I'm still praying for us that we have unity and love for each other, and I believe we got that. I believe we got that. We, as 5 members, along with Ms. Dillard, our superintendent, we owe it to these people out here that work for our system to do that. And to everybody else who lives in Fannin County. With that,
I'll make that motion.
all right. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor by raised hand? Unanimous. Thank you.